Welcome to another AMA with Kadena Project Network. In this episode, we will be speaking with the team from Nightbreakerz. This conversation was recorded on July 24th, 2022, live on Twitter Spaces. The views and expressions in this AMA do not represent the views of KPN directly and are not to be considered as financial advice. Please make sure to do your own research on the projects presented. Also make sure to follow our account to be alerted of new uploads. Now let's get started. Enjoy.
Okay, I think we're going to go ahead and get hey everybody, it's Manatee here speaking from the KPN. I'm glad to be having Nightbreakerz on with me today. It's going to be a very exciting AMA. They're very close to their mint and they're going to have a partition mint with 6 different seals. We'll get into more of that later. But yeah, I'm really excited to talk with you guys.
Cool. Thanks for having us on, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. So could you guys kind of give an introduction to what Nightbreakerz is as a project and, yourselves, of course?
Yeah, for sure. So Nightbreakerz is an NFC project we're launching on Kadena. And essentially, we have utility, play to earn, and other cool things that come with the collection. So we have like a game that's going to be planned out. We're introducing new features like on-chain mutation at certain hours of the day, which we'll get into later. And then we're going to have like holders store, comic books, like a bunch of cool stuff. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. Really excited to dive deep into mutations and stuff like that, because I think that's something that hasn't really been explored on Kadena as much as I would like it to be. But yeah, you guys are one of the projects doing that. So let's kind of just get started by talking a little bit about Nightbreakerz when mint. It's public knowledge, but just for those who are kind of like new to the project, just came in here to learn about it. When is the mint for your guys' NFTs? Because the art style is obviously very pretty.
Yeah, thank you. We're going to be minting on August 6th. So that's coming up, just a few weeks.
Yeah, and we've spread out the mints across 6 dates. So the 6th of every month, starting on August, and we spread it out so that it gives us time to build and increase the amount of unique holders, bring people in from other ecosystems, and essentially plan ourselves well enough so we have enough time to do what we want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for that. So yeah, like they said, I think 12 days from now about is when the first mint is, which is going to be CL1. And yeah, that's going to be very fun to see, especially with mutations and stuff. So kind of talking more about the mutation side of things. Will mutations be available after all 6 seals have been minted or after the first?
So essentially the mutations start right from the start. So 6 seals basically represent 6 characters, 6 OG characters. So if you read like our storyline on our website or in our Medium articles, we have these 6 OG characters, and they're part of this whole storyline. And essentially, each seal represents one character, and we don't know which character. So there'll be like a reveal 6 days before the mint. And essentially, you mint your character, and then at 12:01 a.m. UTC block time, it mutates into a monster, and then eventually at 12:01 p.m. it mutates back into the original character. And so we have 6 variations of characters because there's 6 seals, and then the mutations are all like 1 of 1 with traits, rarities, all that kind of stuff.
Cool. Yeah. I like that kind of mutation thing where it's like comes out at night. That's actually kind of cool to me.
Yeah, and it's a concept that hasn't been like really talked about much with NFTs, and people haven't really explored. So like we're excited that we're like the first ones to do it, especially like on Kadena. But I'm like excited to see what people do afterwards with it, because I mean you can do so much stuff with like on-chain mutations, whether that be with like education, security standpoints with NFTs. I mean you can like upgrade your NFT essentially and not have to burn it, but use the same NFT. So I'm excited to see what people do with it.
Yeah, definitely, because obviously with like you said, it's a lot. There's burning mechanisms with a lot of other mutation NFTs, and that can get a little bit crazy at times.
Yeah, and when you burn something, you lose it, right? Over here,
yeah.
you have everything from the start till the end. You just access the NFT using like certain functions within the contract. So yeah. And Jeremy, you want to talk a little bit about the team? Introduce ourselves.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm Jeremy St. Cyr Brew, aka Rosiel. I'm the artist of the team. Then we have Jules here. He's like the project manager and the pack, the marketing, all that stuff. And we also have our friend Ivan.
Yeah, who we just brought on.
Yeah, we just brought him on. He's helping us with writing for the comics. So that's exciting.
Yeah, so something we haven't really talked about in the other spaces we've done is so we're gonna have comic books right for each seal, and it'll be exclusive to holders. They'll come as NFTs as well, and so you'll have like your physical copy, and then you'll have the NFT, and then they'll have like original versions and everything, and then we're gonna try creating an income stream from comics as well.
Yeah, cool stuff. What I really like and look forward to when it comes to this is how the mutations will kind of interact with the game. So obviously, I'm guessing will there be some kind of system in the game where when your NFTs are mutated, and I'm assuming the game is going to have like NFTs as characters, right?
Yeah, I mean we'll get to the game. We'll get to the game. That's the fun part. But wait, Jeremy, you just want to finish on the team real quick, so then we can like move up and like do it in like seconds.
Yeah. So we've been working on this for like the last few months. I met Jules and Ivan via the internet. He's our mutual friend. We went to school together. We did like IB, so we were like traveling all over the world and stuff. It's the international baccalaureate. But here we are now starting this project together because we're passionate about like NFTs and crypto. So it's really exciting.
Yeah, and we chose Kadena because of like the tech. I mean, I've been in Kadena for like 9 months, so I introduced Jeremy and Ivan to Kadena. And yeah, we've just been blown away by the technology packed. And yeah, just the ecosystem, everything about it is just incredible. I mean, there's a lot of improvements that are going to come with the eco fund. But yeah.
Great, yeah. So yeah, I think we'll kind of run it back a little bit. Just kind of talking about the game in and of itself. How is the game like systematically going to be able to like be played?
For sure. So the game is going to be well, for now we've decided that it's going to be off of Unreal Engine, and we're still debating on whether it's going to be a first-person shooter or third-person shooter. I think we want the community to decide, but from personal like experience with games, I think a third-person shooter would be a lot cooler because you get to interact a lot more with the environment and you get to have the scope of the game. Where in first-person shooter, it's like you see what the character sees, which is like limited. And I think for a zombie play-to-earn game, it'd be cooler to have it third-person shooter. Jeremy, you want to talk more about like the features of the game and like how it's gonna like roll out?
Yeah, so it's going to be released on PC, so you're going to be able to play it on your computer. It's not going to be a web application. It's going to be like an actual game you have to download. But it's going to be online, and it's going to be a co-op 4-player survival game. So you fight like waves of zombies, and there's going to be boss fights, and I think it'll be really fun. There's also going to be another game mode where you get to play a 3v3. That's competitive. And each character has like different abilities that you use, and you have to like cooperate together to take down the other team.
Yeah, and so the broad theme for like the play to earn concept and everything is kill zombies, earn points, and then you rank yourself in a leaderboard, and then you get rewarded from it. So the rewards come from like the marketplace royalties and all the other like streams of income that we'll be creating through the Nightbreakerz LLC.
Yeah, so it's endless waves of zombies that come at you, getting progressively harder and harder. And the higher score you get ranked.
Yeah, but that's for the single player though. Multiplayer will be different. Single player is like where the play to earn comes, and so essentially only the NFT holders will have access to play to earn. And then the game is going to be open for Web 2 individuals as well. So we want to keep it as like simple and easy to onboard people. And so we want to focus on the Web 2 style, but incorporate blockchain and crypto, NFTs, all that cool stuff as well. And so you'll be able to play if you don't have an NFT, but you won't be eligible for play to earn and all the perks and utility that comes from the Nightbreakerz NFTs. So there's
Oh yeah,
there's only going to be 6,000 of them, pretty much.
yeah, that's cool. I like that it's more inclusive of the Web 2 players that kind of want to get into Web 3 and play to earn, but obviously like they don't know where to start. So it's kind of cool that they can just go to this basic
Yeah.
game, learn the mechanisms, and yeah.
For sure, and like we're
That's
not going to
exactly
market ourselves as we're not going to market the game essentially as a crypto blockchain game. We're going to focus on marketing it like any other Web2 game, and so that way people aren't like uncertain about playing it. Or they're like, oh, that's not for me. It's going to be something where like it's easy to onboard. You won't even know you're interacting with the blockchain, and it's going to be happening in the background. That's our goal.
Yeah.
cool. Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about the Web 2 player base. Obviously, Steam had its, or I shouldn't say obviously. For those who don't know, Steam is a like gaming platform that offers it's basically just a marketplace for games. That's the best way to say it. But they did have an NFT ban, if I'm not mistaken. And Steam being one of the largest gaming marketplaces, how do you guys see the NFT ban affecting, play to earn as a whole?
We're not going to be on Steam like right off the start. I don't even know if Unreal Engine games are compatible with Steam, but we're going to be like our game's going to be available on our website. As a whole, I think it's stupid. I think NFTs and blockchain should be incorporated in games. Obviously, where it matters, like there's a lot of places where it doesn't matter and it's just a waste of resources and you shouldn't be using the blockchain. But wherever you need proof and you need stuff on chain, then I think you should do it because it's there, it's accessible and it's going to be there for a lifetime, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
And you get true ownership of what you own.
Yeah, 100%. I think that aspect with gaming is gonna bring in a lot of people, and it's also just gonna make gaming more enjoyable as a whole because there's gonna be more sense of, like you said, ownership, and there's gonna be more widespread acceptance of gaming and blockchain as a whole and stuff like that.
Yeah, and I think
So-
play to earn is a lot simpler with crypto and Web3. Yeah.
Yeah, especially on Kadena where there's either low or no gas fees. So-
Exactly.
Yeah, will you guys be utilizing gas stations in any way?
Yeah, we're gonna have our own gas station for the game. Again, we want to make sure that it's free to play for the Web2 players, so we're gonna make sure it's free in every way possible. But I mean, they'll have the choice to like buy in-game items and like skins and all that kind of stuff, and it's gonna be utilizing Marmalade NFTs and all the cool perks that come with Kadena.
Yeah, we'll probably be making our own currency as well for the game, like an in-game currency. Yeah.
And so we're going to be rewarding players and everything with that in-game token. But yeah, more on that later. I don't want to drop too much about that just yet.
Definitely, yeah. Super.
Yeah, and then we can talk about the DAO as well. So the NFT collection is going to have a DAO, and the DAO is going to help direct the team and direct our resources towards like certain builds within our project and for the ecosystem eventually. But if you have a Nightbreakerz NFT within a month, I'd like to say month and a half, you can check out our roadmap too. It's over there. You'll be able to coffin your NFT and generate voting power with time, and you'll be able to vote on the direction of like the game development or like the stores, the brand, all that kind of stuff. And it'll come with like how long you coffin it for. And obviously, if you sell your NFT, it's uncoffined automatically. But coffining your NFT does not have an impact on the game or any of the other perks. It's just an extra thing that you can participate in.
Yeah, and that kind of circles back to the Web2 accessibility that you guys are going for. And that's obviously, I think you guys are doing it right in that way because I feel like there's a hype cycle with a lot of crypto games that advertise themselves as crypto games because, they follow the market. The market goes down, interest goes down. Guess what happens to the game, But when you guys are also opening up yourself to that super, like the vast amount of Web2 players, I think that's what's going to differentiate you guys from the rest.
For sure. Yeah, that's why we've decided to head in that direction. Obviously, at this point in stage, like we're going to market ourselves to a Web3 community. So we're marketing ourselves to the Kadena community for CO1. and we'll be spreading it like for different seals. We'll be marketing ourselves differently, but then we'll have strategic marketing in place for the game, which will be separate from our Twitter and everything, which will essentially just be for the game, and that's when we'll target Web 2 individuals and not Web 3.
Yeah.
And then what else? Oh yeah, so with the collection you also get full commercial rights, and so you can do whatever you want with the NFT you own. You can build a brand behind it, you can promote it. We're here to like support the community, the Nightbreakerz community, and whatever people want to build, we're here to support them. So you can do what you want with your NFT.
Awesome. Yeah, super excited to see how the DAO integrates with the game and overall like NFT interaction. You guys talked about like the in-game the in-game token you guys are gonna have. Can you guys speak a little bit more about that? How it's gonna kind of interact with all these other things that you guys are building, like the token?
For sure. So there's gonna be streams of income coming from like the different like parts of the business, right? The Nightbreakerz business. And so stuff like the comic books, the brand, online stores, and the marketplace, royalties, all that stuff. And so we can't be paying people out in Kadena because it's a security, and like it wouldn't work out for us. So we essentially have to have our own in-game token. And so we are exploring that right now, and that's why I can't talk too much about it. And once we have the right information and everything, we'll break it out. But yeah, we'll have our own in-game token, and we'll reward players with that, and you'll be able to swap it.
Nice, yeah.
And so on top of that as well, people from like Web 2, when you play other games, like, I don't know, I'm just going to take an example. Fortnite, for example, you have V-Bucks, and like, you can purchase skins and like all that kind of stuff with it. It's going to be the same way for Web 2 players. They just won't even know it's a cryptocurrency that they're purchasing. So yeah, that's our goal. We're going to see how hard it is to tackle, but I think we'll get through it with our legal team.
Have its benefits over a system like V-Bucks, because obviously the front end could look just like an item shop, like or a store shop or in Fortnite or whatever, right? The front end could look like that, but on the back end you could have like DEX transactions if you wanted. You could route it through on ramps and off ramps, stuff like that.
Exactly, and I think it'll also open doors for a secondary marketplace for like in-game items, so people will be able to like find stuff on the maps and everything, and then sell them out on the marketplace. There'll be like quick payout methods, and so you don't have that with current Web 2 games, and that's what like Web 3 opens up, right? You can like make money from games. That's the whole point of play to earn.
Yep, absolutely. And with the option of something like that, with a crypto token that's kind of centering it around, but with the Web 2 player base, I think it's gonna add for a lot. It's like a seamless integration. It's like collision between worlds. So in a way, it offers a new thing. So now there's blockchain verifiability in there. Like I think that's what you guys are going for, because otherwise, would you need to be a crypto game? And yeah, I think it's gonna end up being really cool to see how that integrates with the game and the DAO and whatnot.
For sure. And about the in-game mutations, we're going to have that as well. So when your NFT mutates on chain, it'll mutate in game too. So that'll be like a few seconds pause, and then your NFT will like mutate your character, and then it'll resume the game. So yeah.
And this is kind of, I'm just saying this because it's a zombie game. Will this kind of act as like one of those blood moon things? So when your NFT mutates for a certain amount of time, it'll kind of go into like a very hard wave if you're playing like single player, let's say. Like
Jeremy, you want to talk about that?
Well, the waves just get progressively harder. There isn't necessarily like a blood moon thing.
Yeah, it was just asking because that's kind of the games that I used to play, especially on it was fun. But yeah, just asking. So will there be any kind of changes to the game as your NFT mutates?
No, so the abilities and everything are constant. We might add some stuff for the single player mode that we haven't explored yet. Right now we're just like figuring out the whole mechanics of the game, how everything's going to work, so the blueprint. And then once we dive into like character development in game, then and like player experience, then we'll figure that part out. But like I said, I want to reiterate that the DAO is going to play a major role in like determining like what the game's going to have, because we're building it for the community, right? And so we want to make sure that the community gets what they want, and so the DAO is going to be that door to get what you want, essentially.
Great, yeah. I'm excited to see as you guys keep on developing the game and keep making more, how do I say this? More complicated interactions. It's gonna make the game more fun as a whole. And yeah, you guys.
Yeah, and
are
I think
doing
the way we spread it out, all the mints across 6 months and like 6 seals, it gives us that playroom and time to like figure stuff out essentially. And like we have a budget that's spread over 6 months. We can work with different ecosystems, bring people onto Kadena, and yeah, so it gives us a lot of room for development and working with like a bigger team, and making sure that we use our resources effectively and efficiently. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
We also have Jeremy, who's making like trailers and like movie clips and everything for the community. So if you head over to our YouTube, we've had like a few teasers. I believe 2 teasers. So the first teaser, Jeremy, actually, you want to talk about it because it's your part?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so we have 2 teasers. There's actually another one coming out with the next seal. Undisclosed as to what that one's going to be about. But the first 2 are, well, the very first one is about the origins of the NFT project. Basically, the start of how everything hits the fan. And you follow a character, Jeff, our Discord moderator. He transforms into a monstrous zombie. And then the second one is about the prophet. He's talking about the prophecy of the seals and what's coming soon.
Yep. And then on the 31st, we're gonna drop the trailer for for Seal 1, so the first character. And then essentially the community will know which character is going to be minting, and then we're going to reveal the NFTs, and then mint's going to open on August 6th at midnight UTC. Or should we do it 6 p.m., Jeremy? What do you think? Should we do it 6 p.m.? That way it mutates like through the day?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, I think we should do it during the daytime. That way people have to wait.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I really like the mutation system you guys have going. I like the marketing style you guys are going for, and overall, I think you guys are gonna be one of those top dogs in the gaming space, especially building on Kadena. The advantages that Kadena has over every other blockchain on the market right now.
Yeah, we're so early.
That's future proofing. Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, that's really like all the questions I had. If anyone wants to ask any questions to the wonderful team at Nightbreakerz, you guys can request. Note that you do have to be on mobile. I know some people, they're on desktop listening, so you have to be on a phone to be able to request to speak. But once you do that, yeah, you can request to speak and ask them anything you like.
Doesn't look like we have any questions. I think we covered most of it. So, yeah, there's also we're gonna be doing partnerships as well, so keep an eye out for that. There's one coming up real soon with some big news for the Kadena ecosystem as a whole. So yeah, just keep an eye out for that. We'll be partnering up with them, and then we have a few other partnerships that are going to be coming out.
Great, yeah. And if you guys have any like final remarks before we wrap it up,
oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, anyone who has any game development experience, we're actually going to be hiring game developers very soon. So if you're interested, if you have skills, if you're passionate about game development, and you have you've done work on Unreal Engine, feel free to DM us. We're looking at a bunch of resumes from people currently, and we're like talking to a bunch of like Blueprint and game developers. So feel free to reach out if you're listening to this space afterwards or right now.
Or if you have any friends, that would be interested.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll put out a tweet for this space, just saying if there's any game devs that are into Kadena to reach out to you guys. Yeah.
For sure. And then we also have our Twitter. Make sure to follow our Twitter. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel. Check out our videos over there. We have a Discord. Everything's usually on our Discord. So if you join our Discord, you'll have like first access to whitelist and the trailers and any information at all. we're gonna cap the whitelist at 100 spots for Seal 1, which has 1,000 NFTs. We currently have, I think, around 60 whitelist spots taken. So you might not hit the 100 mark, because I don't want to overflood the ecosystem with like giveaways and everything. Because we want to make sure we keep some for Seal 2 as well. But yeah, 100 spots is where we cap it out. So if you haven't gotten a whitelist yet and you want to get one, make sure to head over to our Discord. There's a giveaways channel, and you can see all the giveaways over there.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, guys, check that out. And I just sent out the tweets for any game devs that follow our page. Hopefully they'll reach out to you. Yeah, really looking forward to see what you guys are going to do with the Kadena ecosystem, what you guys are going to bring to the table in the future.
For sure, yeah. And
really
then I forgot about one thing as well. We also have a holders exclusive online store. So since we're going to be building a brand around Nightbreakerz, we're going to have a store where if you have an NFT, you can connect your wallet to the online store, and you'll have customized clothing and accessories just for your NFC. So it's all super personalized. And then we'll have a public store for the general Nightbreakerz accessories and clothing. And then once again, holders will have access to the comic books that'll launch next month for Seal 1, essentially. So if you have a Nightbreakerz Seal 1 NFT, you'll be able to get the Seal 1 comic book, but you won't be able to get the Seal 2 comic book right off the back. You'll have to have a Seal 2 NFT to get the Seal 2 comic book, because the OG comic books are tied into the NFTs. So you'll get a physical and a virtual copy of the comic book. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's cool. Physical comic book. That's nice.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. Thank you guys for coming on. Looking forward to the mint. I think I'll be getting Nightbreakerz Seal 1 myself. Yeah, thank you guys for coming on. I really appreciated it.
For sure, yeah. Thanks for having us on, and yeah, we really appreciate it too. And Jeremy, you want to say anything else?
Nope. Thanks for having us on. We appreciate it.
That wraps up another amazing AMA. Thank you for listening. Here at KPN, we strive to bring an open platform for projects being built on Kadena to present themselves to the community. Please ensure to do your own research on each project before investing. Also, make sure to follow us on our social media, from Twitter to subscribing to our weekly newsletter. All the links can be found directly on our SoundCloud profile page. Thank you very much for listening, and take care.